Hi everyone, welcome to IS Baba's Toppers Talk. And as I keep saying that UPSC gives a level playing field to every aspirant, right? Be it a person who has been meritorious throughout their consistently performed well from their school days to college days, or even a person who has not done well in their engineering days, who was an average person, or who was a person who was not who has failed in their graduation also, right? It plays a level playing field, and today we have a person who is of the other category, who's been consistently performed well since her school days. So the list is never ending, and that is the reason I could not even memorize her achievements. So I've written it down, and I'll be reading out her achievements. That might take a minute or so. So Divya Mishra comes from UP Kanpur, and in a 10th she had scored 96% and 12th 92%. Right, she did a graduation in textile technology and also had won the bronze medal. Then in GATE, All India rank, she had got three in 2016. Then she holds a PhD in strategic management from IIM Lucknow. And in coming to UPSC, she had given three attempts, and all the three attempts she has reached the interview stage. And in a second attempt, she had secured All India rank 312, and she was selected to Indian Railway Traffic Service, that is IRTS. And this year, she's got All India rank 28. Uh, so, Arti, congratulations, Divya, for that.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, and to read on, our optional was philosophy, and in fact, in a first attempt, she was one of the toppers, scoring 301. A father is a principal in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya in UP, and brother a lieutenant in Indian Army. So this is with respect to Divya's background. I know it's a very, I mean, in fact, a lot of questions were asked on a DAP, right, Divya?
More
Right
than
after,
90% answer in all the three interviews. More than 90% goes for the DAF, as
yeah,
always.
yeah, and I think she's done perfect. I think she's done really well this time. We had a discussion also on the same, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, about the interview, we'll do it later. For we'll talk about the initial part of it, our journey, and for a person like you, the first question from my side would be, how were you able to consistently go to the interview stage in all your three attempts and get a rank in two attempts in that? In fact, in her first attempt also, she was very close to the rank. Like she missed out by just 4 marks, right? Yeah.
So in the first attempt, I did get an opportunity to go to the interview, but I, at this point, in the hindsight, I can say that preparation for the interview is required. We cannot just go in there and expect that we can speak well, so everything will happen as per our own understanding. That is not the case. So lack of preparedness was one of the reasons. I secured 176 in my first interview. In second interview again, I scored
Mhm.
176, and the reason was that I was not preparing for the interview. But in my
Okay.
third attempt, I knew that this was a big area that I needed to prepare more. So I consulted, I took expert advice, I talked to Mohan sir on multiple occasions, on some of the days when
Okay.
I was not so feeling so well also. So he was very generous in his help. And I'm hoping this year interview marks might have been different.
Okay. Definitely. That is the reason you also got rank 28, and obviously your mains marks, right?
Yes, the main
That does
marks
matter. Yeah.
might have
Yeah.
improved.
So, how were you able to clear prelims, mains, and interview? Like all the three times?
So for the prelims, when it was the first attempt, so I had this good habit that whenever I read something, I consult the Wikipedia and everything other than that available on the Google. So that seals the topic completely, because in prelims we need accuracy in our facts, but in second and third attempt the knowledge was there. I was augmenting that knowledge, but another thing started happening, that I had prepared for the mains and interview also, so that
Okay.
gave comprehensiveness and I had the logic connecting my facts. So
Okay.
in prelims, you might have seen the question paper. We cannot
Yeah.
just solve it by facts, by memorizing the
Obviously.
facts. We need the
Yeah.
understanding, reason, and some degree of distilled wisdom also coming from
Yeah.
all these facts. That helps, even if with less
Okay.
preparation. The
Okay.
prelims can be cracked in that way.
Okay. What about mains? Mains and interview. It's like, see, it's not a cup of tea for everybody to clear mains and get to interview stage at all times. But you've done it consecutively three times.
Said in mains in the first attempt of 2018, I was good in writing since my school days, so that might have helped because at that time I did not appear in any mock test series. But I knew the fact that this lack of preparedness is hurting me. So in the second
Okay.
attempt, I enrolled in the mock test series. I wrote answers, so I started improving. But time was less; I could not improve much. But in my
Okay.
third attempt, I wrote test series extensively. I worked diligently on the feedback received from the coachings and the expert mentors. And I got into the habit of looking at the questions, breaking down the questions, analyzing each part, writing manifestly, good statistics, and then synthesizing it in the conclusion. So I
Okay.
developed this habit across as many topics as possible for our means. So it was
Okay.
very precise study that I did this year.
Okay. So to put it in one line, you were more organized. A
More
very
organized.
organized way that has taken you till here,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I was into the practice phase itself because knowledge was there, so I practiced a lot.
Okay. Fine. So the practice and more organized way of preparation has actually helped you, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah. So see, obviously this takes one is effort and the other one is the motivation. So how were you? How did you keep yourself motivated in all the three attempts?
So in the first attempt, I used to listen to the toppers talk and so many videos everywhere. So that itself motivates in the first attempt. And then moving on, when I got into the interview stage, so that itself was a motivation factor for me that even with this much
Okay.
preparation, if it is possible, then maybe if I put in more efforts, it is possible. Then I got 312. So it was a little disappointing in my second attempt. But now I think, no, at that level of preparation, you get only
Yeah.
312. You can't
Yeah.
go beyond that. More hard work is required. So, sir, it was not the push from the unsuccess, but the pull of what would be like to be in a success domain. I think that
Okay.
has helped. And I always um, try to keep myself around a positive ecosystem, completely
Okay.
in terms of man, material, and resources. So that has helped.
Yeah. So the positive environment, and also I would say like every time I keep saying this, every time you clear every stage, prelims, mains, you keep yourself busy. That is the best way to keep yourself occupied and
Yes,
motivated,
yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah. So coming to the strategy part of it, right? We'll get into the details of it because what was your strategy in prelims? What was your strategy in mains? What was your strategy in interview? So if you can tell students more about it, that will be more helpful. Yeah.
So in prelims, I began with the covering of all the topics. For example, in polity, we have Lakshmikant, and in spectrum, in the modern Indian history. And
Mm.
then in geography, we have Gocheng Leong and all these and NCRTs. So that was basic, but that will not help just by itself. That is necessary, but not sufficient. So then I solved many test series, as many as possible, to have that idea of when to eliminate and which to take.
Yeah.
You get a sense when you start solving
Yeah.
questions out of that knowledge. That was first attempt. And second, I had the knowledge. I focused primarily on the practice and trying to get as much accuracy as possible. If I remember this year's prelims exam, so the questions, number of questions that I have attempted is very less compared to the second and first attempt, but my accuracy was very high.
Yeah.
So I think we should move towards the accuracy and practice for prelims. But to do this, we need the knowledge base, which comes from the basic courses, foundation classes, all
Yeah.
combined together. So in mains, first year I will not talk much because there was no strategy in the first year. But in
Okay.
third year, I would want to talk about that because I see a strategy. There are a number of topics given in the syllabus which are very explicit, but then there are implicit topics which are within
Okay.
them and which we get to know through test series or in different ways. Our knowledge base on all of these topics begins with their proper statistics, their current condition, what are the relevant diagrams about that, how well we can depict that, and its alignment in our answers, be it 10 marker question or 15 marker question. And then when we get to the body of the question, what is the exact thing that has been asked? That
Okay.
crux need to be approached with word economy because time is less. You get only what
Yeah.
7 minutes for 10 marker and 10 minutes for 15 marker.
Yeah.
And then concluding it in an optimistic note. We have so many ways of concluding the answer. So this
Yeah.
was the strategy. And I tried to make this comprehensive by covering as many topics as possible and practicing the answer writing. That is very
Okay.
important.
So to sum it up, it's all about practicing, right? Answer
Yes,
writing,
sir.
and
That is
in the
all I like.
stipulated time.
Yes, sir.
in the
Yes.
stipulated time. In fact, I've also done a series on answer writing itself called Aware, where
Yes,
I've
sir.
discussed
I,
everything, everything aspect of answer writing in detail.
yes, sir.
Uh, yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to ask you is coming to the importance of diagrams that you were talking about. So how important are these diagrams in an answer? And say out of 20, in how many questions were you able to put these diagrams, a different way of pictorial representation of your answers?
Sir, in 5, 6, 7, sometimes it depends. For instance, in this year in GS1, there were not many questions in which I put the diagram, but in GS3, I think I have done that. So it
Okay.
depends on that, but we try to do it as much as possible. But in my test series itself in IS Baba, so I try to put diagram almost very much. Let's just say that. So they corrected me and said, no, 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 be very cautious when you put them. They have to be relevant also. You can't
Yeah.
just put them there because you
Just
know
for the
that.
sake of it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So these corrections are needed. Diagram need not be there every time. Relevance is very important.
Yeah, relevance is important, and just like too much is too bad. It's not necessary that you have to put your diagrams in all the 20 answers,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Relevance is more important.
Yes, sir.
Forcefully, it should not be put,
Yes, sir.
right? Yeah. The other question is like, should we have a different strategy for different paper, or is it like for example, for GS2, we have Supreme Court verdicts, reports, commissions, current affairs examples, best practices, all that. So, do you think that works out, or what was your strategy?
So exactly what you have said. It all
Okay.
helps because basic
Okay.
answering the question just without adding these things
Yeah.
can put a candidate to a disadvantage. And it is not
Okay.
wise to do so because ultimately, if we are writing about a topic, for example, UAPA, individual rights, then if we talk about some philosopher who has talked about that, if we talk about the judgments of the Supreme Court or maybe data of the conviction rate in UAPA cases, it is going to impress the examiner and it is going to impress me if I am the examiner that the candidate knows, and it
Mhm.
shows that the mind works in the application area also of the knowledge. If you
Okay.
cannot write these facts, then maybe we are not focusing on this part also. Just theory is there but practice is not there.
Okay.
And, and
Yeah.
if there is a doubt in a candidate's mind, then put two answers in front of you, one with all these things, one without, and you would be more impressed in the
Yeah.
third
Yeah.
one which has these things.
That's what. If it comes in GS one, okay, a topic on smart cities. I mean, if it comes in GS two or three, smart cities being asked in either GS one or GS three. Obviously, the dimensions that you focus more on would be different. The
Yes, sir.
societal aspect, the
Yes,
urban related aspect will be focused in GS one,
yes, sir.
and in three, the more of the economical angle would be covered.
Economical and governance orientation
Yeah,
will change, sir. Definitely.
orientation will change. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Coming to the interview preparation, what was your strategy like for the interview? Yeah.
So in interview, I had been getting 176 in my first two attempts, so I knew that
Yeah.
that is my basic minimum. Need to go above that, and for that, I understood that I was not preparing well my DAF. There are 3, 4 layers we talk. Say there is a first layer of question, then goes the second and third,
Yeah.
and as you go deep, it becomes very broad. For instance, because I had joined Indian Railway Traffic Services, so it is undergoing liberalization. So that is first layer. Then I went into why disinvestment, second layer, and then the whole LPG. So I studied all
Okay.
of that, every aspect of disinvestment, all the PSUs, what has happened, really big, lengthy details. So
Okay.
only one question was asked out of this, but maybe in that, when I answered that question, the depth of understanding would have helped. And I've done this exercise for each part of my DAF.
Okay. Fine. Coming to your optional, what was your strategy for optional? I think your optional is philosophy, right? Yeah. So, what was your strategy?
So choosing the subject has been entirely
And if
because.
somebody wants to choose philosophy as their optional, what would be your advice?
So my advice would be when it comes to optional, because we already have so much general studies to prepare, which is very important and very competitive. So optional should be a subject which interests us, so that when we try to wind up and wind off, unwind ourselves, feel
Yeah.
a little relaxed, then take up the optional, not as a burden. So
Yeah.
philosophy to me is like that, makes my journey very joyful. I enjoy the way they write the words in philosophy and everything
Yeah.
about it. That would have helped. And so this year, what I have done in the first year also, my answer writing has been good in philosophy, be
Yeah.
it the introduction or conclusion or the body. Um, I have tried this year. I have tried to write as many answers as possible, because in my second attempt, my score in philosophy got dipped. So that
Okay.
told me that the consistency is not coming. That means more effort is needed to be put in the subject. So this is what I have done. I have practiced a lot, and there are
Okay.
many aspects of philosophy. For example, you might be aware about the last chapter in Indian philosophy, Vedanta. So in most of the text material which is available in our UPSC ecosystem, it is
Yeah.
only covers only three schools: Ramanuja, Adi Shankaracharya, and Madhava. There are three
Okay.
more schools, but nobody covers that. And this year, one of the question was from those schools which are not covered in any material. So this year,
Okay.
what I've done, I had gone with the basic textbook and I had covered all those things also. So it is very
Okay.
important because they are trying to cover new dimensions in philosophy paper. This is the whole subject.
Okay.
Candidate, we need to be prepared more on that. I have talked
Okay.
so much. Sorry.
Yeah, no. The thing is actually, students are looking for this option, particularly strategy for this option. See, for socio, PubAd and all, we have people. So it would be actually good if you can give us a write up on philosophy optional strategy. Right, that would help a lot of students. The books that you referred, or what was your strategy for philosophy in
So
detail?
one more thing, sir. I would like to add in philosophy. The question paper is no longer, for instance, earlier what used to happen in Buddhism, in syllabus, one word is written, Pratitya
Mhm.
Samutpat.
Okay.
So the question would be, what is Pratitya Samutpat? In previous 4 or 5 years, this was the question.
Okay.
So it was very direct. But nowadays, what I felt, in fact, in 2020 paper, questions are not direct. They are very application oriented, very practical in nature. So if we have
Okay.
not sunk in and absorbed the real essence of the topic, mere
Okay.
mere knowledge on words will not help in philosophy. Maybe
Yeah.
this is the reason why scores are not going up.
Okay. Fine. The other question that I want to ask you, and every student who has got a rank before wants to know is what it takes to get a rank from 312 to 28. What were the changes that you did? What was your strategy from last year to this year, specifically from 312 to getting rank 28?
Sir, on an abstract and philosophical level, it was sincerity and hard work.
Okay.
I had the complete cognizance that there is an effort deficit, hard work deficit, which need to be plugged.
Okay.
And on a more practical level, it was practice that is needed.
Okay.
Simply reading the material that is there will not help, be it prelims, be it mains, or be it interview. Practicing the
Okay.
exact way in which exam will happen. For example, writing test series in stipulated time, giving mock interviews, and solving as many prelims question papers. So practice is very important. Otherwise, how would we know how
Yeah.
much we know with respect to other candidates?
Okay. Okay. Like any mistakes that you had committed in second attempt and that you rectified? Anything specific?
So in second attempt, I my answer writing was not very good.
Okay.
I was not breaking down the question into its proper part, which means I was missing out on some of the core demands of the question.
Okay.
So a question might have 2 or 3 parts. I might have only addressed first 1 or 2 parts. So this is a
Okay.
big mistake. So analyzing the demand of the question is very important. It's directive words which are like critically examine and justify. It is also very important, which we tend to ignore if we are not that much deep into the preparation. And
Okay.
apart from that, sir, on a general level, the more we practice, the more we get feedback on our practice.
Yeah, that is very
The
important.
improve.
Feedback and implementing that feedback.
Implementing that taking it sincerely, because
Yeah.
it will help. It might not seem much at that point when we are
Yeah.
in the action of it, but in the hindsight, when we get the results, these all the little things,
Little
it
things. It
might,
matters.
yes, sir, it matters. And
Yeah.
in fact, in IS Baba, in the copies, whenever I used to write some answer very well, so the comment from the copy checker was used to be bravo, brilliant, and so it was very motivating.
Okay.
Nobody checks copy in this friendly manner, so you get to develop a friendly relation with the checker
With
of
the
the copy.
mentor.
You don't know
Yeah.
them, so these things help.
Yeah. All the small things matters. Do matters.
Yes, they do.
Right. Yeah. Coming to the other question that I want to ask you is about current affairs. See, current affairs is like an ocean. You keep swimming and you get lost, and you do not even know whether what you're reading is right or wrong. And the market, UPSC market, or you call it as UPSC ecosystem, a better word,
Yes,
right? It is flooded with current affairs materials.
yes, sir, it
So,
is.
what was your strategy for current affairs? What do you think has worked out for you, and how were you able to know what to read, what not to read? That is also very important, and how to revise current affairs.
Sir, uh, like you said, I would borrow your word that it is an ocean. But
Yeah,
when the ocean is rough, when there is a storm, what we need an anchor for ourselves. So
yeah,
that anchor is needed in the preparation. We can associate ourselves with some specific and authenticated material, and to build on top of that, we need to prepare by solving answers on those topics. So one or two revision of the basic text will help. For example, monthly magazines and the newspapers, daily current affairs on the websites, these all the standard sources that I have referred. But the problem with current affairs is we don't revise it in the form of questions and answers,
yeah.
mains or prelims. That is very important.
Okay.
That is needed. When we do that, then the requirement of revising the basic test reduces, because we are practicing, we are on the application stage now, not just the
Okay.
reading stage. So maybe
Uh, okay. So, coming to newspaper, do you advise students, even say, suppose, because we keep getting this mails too often. Sir, I'm referring to your Babapedia, that is for current affairs, or monthly magazine. So, do we still have to refer? Do we still have to read newspaper, or it be it any monthly magazine, not only IS Baba's, any monthly magazine somebody is referring to? Their question is, do we have to still read a newspaper? If so, which newspaper? And I do not have time. I cannot spend 4 hours on reading a newspaper.
well, I have a news for people like this, that yes, I have not been an avid reader of newspaper.
Okay.
I used to read and not read, and so I will not say if you don't read newspaper, then your rank, for example, mine is 28, will not happen. It's not the case. If you read the curated material, which is in, for example, Ayaz Baba website or other sources, that will also help. But now and then, please read newspaper if you have the time. If you don't have, then also it is fine. It is not
Okay.
going to damage, because the essence of the news is captured in these websites in the current affairs section.
Okay.
So this is my own understanding, my own journey. Some may say that
Okay.
newspaper is very important,
Yeah. Yeah.
but in my case, it has not hurt too much, because I was also parallelly into another academic program at IIM Lucknow. So I did not
Okay.
have much time to do so much of a reading on a daily basis.
Okay.
So,
So, but in your first year of preparation, you would have definitely read a newspaper, right? You would have started with that,
sir, I
at
have
least in the
tried.
initial part.
Yes, sir,
No.
I tried. I tried,
Okay.
but I never developed the skill that is required to complete it in a very stipulated time and a
Yeah.
very stipulated
Okay.
time. So that was the case with me, because when I read the newspaper, it takes 3-4 hours. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know it happens. I'm still struggling with that fact. So for me, the material available on the website has really helped.
Okay. That's what it depends on individual to individual,
Yes, sir.
right? There's nothing like a particular strategy that this has worked. It if
Yes,
for
sir.
some people reading newspaper is very important. For
But
in your case, without reading newspaper also you've got a rank.
yes, sir.
So
But in interview stage, I started reading newspaper
yeah.
diligently, at least to one, for example, the Economic Times and another Express or Hindu.
Okay.
So, because at this stage, I think we need to be more aware about what is
Yeah.
happening
Yeah.
at the local level itself.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. Then, since we were also talking about revision, how to revise is the other question that students keep asking. So how was your revision like? Why did you do it like? Because I keep telling students you have to do that early revisions, like after you allocate 2 hours, spend 10-15 minutes on reflecting what you have read. Or when you sleep, try to recollect what you have read and keep half a day, like in a week, the Sunday for a revision kind. So what was your strategy? What was your revision mode?
So, as it happens with each one of us, that first reading is slow and the
Yeah,
recall value is less always. So the second revision should be within next 2-3 days, if possible. Otherwise, the weekend, like you have said.
yeah,
And after that, maybe a third revision. And by third revision, it should be okay. We can go into the application zone. And once we
hmm,
enter the application zone, maybe after that, if there is a need, then one more revision. Otherwise, it's fine. We are good to go, because what happens to a candidate after certain amount of time devoted to the studies, that we get a basic idea of the topic. So if for example, if we are asked about self-help groups, so I know that there are these many self-help groups, these are the issues, these are the advantages, and what we need to do, what are the government schemes. There is some basic idea. It's not a
Okay.
complete blank.
Okay. Fine. Coming to the time management, the other important factor in a student's journey, right? How was your daily schedule like?
So daily schedule in the preparation was random because
Okay.
I used to do time management between my PhD and this. So I tried to get out as many hours as possible on that day, but my preparation has not been on a daily time schedule basis. It was very project and modular study. For instance, I decided that today I'm going to prepare judiciary. So I will prepare the judiciary on that day, no matter what. Rest of the
Okay.
things I will not sleep for maybe 8 hours or 9 hours. I'll study. That was like that. So
Okay.
was very topic oriented. The topic needs to be covered. These many or in this depth. It was not
Okay.
like I will study daily for these many hours. It was
Okay. It was random, but
it,
still you were able to manage it.
it was topic based, sir. I used to cover
Okay.
topic.
So, on an average, if I have to ask you, daily how many hours you used to spend?
So 6, 7, not more than that. Six,
Okay.
seven is fine. But
Fine.
when I used to study, I used to study.
Yeah.
There was no
Okay.
diversion at
That's
that
what
time.
quality matters rather than
Quality
quantity.
matters, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, coming to Ayaz Baba's role in your success. Uh, what was Ayaz Baba's role in your success?
So I will share one funny fact. So when I was
Okay.
home, I was preparing for the prelims of this year itself. So my mother saw the IS Baba and the Baba actually. So she started
Here also.
laughing. Yes, that picture. So what she did, there was a cupboard in my room, and she draw the IS Baba itself. So then
Okay.
I saw it was not a good picture. Then I removed, tried myself. I draw the Baba. It is still there in my home.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is, it's a funny part, but it is important for me symbolically. So I have solved the IS Baba's test series, and I have referred to the daily current affairs material and all the inputs in the application of the IS Baba in my mobile also. So that
Okay.
daily feed has been I have been taking from the IS Baba. I'm really grateful for that. Second,
Okay.
is I have also subscribed to the main test series, and in the main test series, the answer writing and the feedback on that which I have received have been immensely helpful to me, because my
Thank
answer
you.
writing, which was in the third attempt, is drastically different from what I was doing in my second attempt. And this
Okay.
difference is because of these test series and the feedback that I have received.
Okay.
And in the
Yeah.
interview, so I appeared in the mock test series, and I have talked to Mohan sir so many times,
Yeah.
especially when I was not feeling so well on those days. So it was really helpful. It was extensive, it was comprehensive, and
Okay.
it was very generous help.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Now there are come to the last question. There are 14 days, hardly around 14, 13 to 14 days, 2 weeks time to prelims. So what would be your piece of advice? What should they do? Should the students do in the last 2 weeks before the exam?
I would say if we have 14 days and remove the 4 days of the last, they are not. I don't think how much we can be productive in those days. But in the first 7 days, solve test series not in that time manner. Try to approach as many questions as possible. See what shape questions may take on the same data, same topic. And apart from that try to revise some basic parts. For example, geography, polity, and the current affairs, whatever magazine you have, try to revise that. It will help in international affairs. It is quick. IR is always quick for the
Yeah.
prelims. We can do that. And try to have the accuracy in your answers, because in prelims, even if you solve maybe 75, 76 questions, but if accuracy is high, you are good to go. And the CSAT, again, I have never had problem in CSAT, but in that also one should try to have the accuracy by solving the question paper. In fact, if one could solve only 10 papers before going to the uh, prelims exam for the CSAT, and we are a little good or an average in the CSAT, then it will help. But not solving anything and just going random, that may hurt your
Okay.
chance.
Okay. And any last piece of advice to the students, or if I have to also ask you the other way, what it takes to become a topper like you?
Uh, patience, patience. Exam is long. It's not just an exam, it's a journey.
Okay.
Having faith in yourself and in the teachers, in the mentors, in the material. That
Yeah.
hard work always pays off. It is the
Okay.
basic thing, no matter the number of failures. If one is committed, sincere, and has faith in all the things around them, then it will always convert into a success. There is no doubt about that.
Okay. Thank you for that, Divya. It was really nice talking to you,
Uh,
and all the best in your endeavors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, and all the best to all the aspirants, and to you also. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Fine then.